What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So this is one bombshell of a news. Samson Dauda, the former Arnold Classic champion and top 3 in the world right now. He was approached by Badr Budai, the owner of Oxygen Gym Kuwait, to visit his gym, and Samson Dauda made it to Kuwait and got a workout in. So this might mean that Samson Dauda will be working with guys from Kuwait for the rest of the season, and that means for the Olympia 2024.
A few weeks ago I was reached out to a gentleman that we all know, and he asked me to come check out his gym. So I'm sure you guys recognize this gym over here. And yeah, this is happening. Yeah, this is happening. All right, let's go get a workout. Let's go get our first workout in the Oxygen Gym in Kuwait. Let's do it.
So there has been some mixed reactions to this news, because this has to be one of the biggest stories of the year so far. The Oxygen Gym Kuwait exploded in the years of 2014 onwards, when Big Ramy decided to move there and train for Mr. Olympia. Now, if we talk about Big Ramy, he did not have that much success. During that time, he stayed and trained under the guidance of the coaches there. Yes, he was placed second at the Olympia 2017, where Phil Heath won. And I think we can all agree that that version of Big Ramy in 2017, that wasn't his best. And that is why Big Ramy split up with Oxygen Gym in 2018. Because he could not nail his conditioning. Up until that point, it was all a hit and miss when it came to Big Ramy's conditioning and his peak. Regan Grimes, on the other hand, is the biggest success story that came out of Oxygen Gym Kuwait. From placing dead last at the Olympia in 2016, to winning his first ever Arnold Classic in 2019, and eventually winning the Mr. Olympia title that same year. That is one hell of a story. Nathan Dauda is another guy who placed his career's highest, top 7 at Mr. Olympia, while he was working with those guys in Oxygen Gym. So Nathan Dauda did compete in 2018 with Matt Jensen, but he dropped down in placings. And how can I not mention the beast Rolly Winkler, who made tremendous progress while training in Kuwait, and from placing 12th in the world at Mr. Olympia, which was like the worst look of his career. He had a big gut. His conditioning was far off. From that, Rolly went on to place top 3 at Mr. Olympia in 2018, beating guys like Dexter Jackson, Big Ramy and so many others, and also winning an Arnold Classic title. So I can't continue to name names that went to Kuwait for training like Akeem Williams, John De Rosa, Victor Martinez. All these guys went to Kuwait to get that experience. So will this combination of Samson and O2 gyms work? Well, as of right now, we cannot really say, because there is literally no life out there, especially for people who are from US and UK. And those guys push real hard in terms of everything, and not everyone can thrive in that kind of environment. So speaking of that, one guy who went to Kuwait, and it did not really work out for him that well, and he got homesick in just a few months. That was Regan Grimes. And the next news is about Regan Grimes. He just announced on his YouTube channel that he's gonna take the entire 2024 off. He isn't doing either Vancouver Pro or Dubai Pro. And the reason is he thinks he hasn't made enough improvements to be in the top 6 of this year's Mr. Olympia. Another reason could be this. He's gonna become a father real soon. His partner got pregnant just a few weeks ago. And I'm sure that would have also played a part in him making this decision.
I feel like I've made like really pretty good improvements since the Olympia. I still think I could be, up a good in between 5 to 10 pounds up from last year, which is good, but just not enough for what I want to do. I want to be in the in that first call out, fighting for that top spot. So this year I'm going to be taking off. I'm not going to do Vancouver. I'm not going to do Dubai. Olympia will be out.
Now, if I remember correctly, Regan also took 2024 off. He did not compete in any show that year, and the reason was to put on more size, to put on more density. And that, I have to say, played really well last year, where he placed 9th at Mr. Olympia. So this will be the second time in 3 years he's gonna take 1 year completely off. So what do you guys think about his decision? I think this can be a game changer thing for him, just like it was for Rafael Brandao and Juan Fitzwater, who took more than 1 year off, and that paid off really well. Now, it does open up opportunities for some of the other guys, not just to qualify for Mr. Olympia, but to crack top 10 at the Olympia in 2024. Now, for fans, it is a disappointing news, because all of us really wanted to see him in a better lineup, to see how Regan could do in a much more deeper lineup at the Olympia level. So coming back to Samson Dauda, if he does make it official to move out there and train for the Olympia while living in Kuwait, that will certainly be a big catch for Oxygen Gyms, because other than Brandon Curry, none of the other guys that I've mentioned above, these guys are no longer with them. The mutant Nick Walker gives out another physique update. Now we are just a week out of this year's Pittsburgh Pro guest posing, where Nick Walker is certainly gonna be the most straight guy out there, alongside Martin Fitzwater. Now I have to say the fans are most excited to see the former 2 times Mr. Olympia, Big Ramy in there. Because we have been getting all these updates from all these other guys, like Nick Walker, Derek Linsford, Hunter Labrara, Samson Dauda. We even got a few updates from Andrew Jack here and there. But on the other hand, when it comes to Big Ramy, none of us know how he has been looking lately. We haven't seen any physique update from him since December last year, I believe. And we're not really sure even if that update was a recent one. So this is gonna be the first time Big Ramy will be on the stage since Pittsburgh Pro 2023. So it is gonna be a great event. And given that Big Ramy has been posting all these footages from 2014, from 2015, where he was at his prime, especially in terms of his back and his waistline, this could be a sign that he is very confident on what he is bringing to the stage this time. So coming back to Nick Walker, all the respect towards Nick, from a guy who was once called a fridge because of a wide waist, to this guy now who has absolutely transformed his physique up to a point where his waist looks so tapered down. Just mind-blowing. And this isn't something that we usually see very often. And you can just see in this picture that his delts are looking so much more wider. His chest is hanging like crazy. He has made so much improvements in his upper half while keeping his waistline the same. That is giving that illusion of having a very small waist now. Now, I'm not saying he's gonna be able to compete against guys like Derek Linsford or Samson Dauda in terms of the aesthetics, in terms of his shape. But we have to keep in mind, he's overall not just a bigger bodybuilder, but he is a lot more complete than both these guys. He really isn't missing anything. We know his conditioning has always been spot on, better than both these guys. So the Neo Pro this year is just a stepping stone towards the big show, the Olympia. And if Nick Walker is to be considered a title contender for the Olympia 2024, he has no other option but to absolutely dominate this show. And this is what he intends to do. And from the looks of this update, that is exactly what he's gonna do. And I have seen so many comments saying that they should just give the Neo Pro title to Nick Walker based on this picture alone, because that is how good he is looking right now. Michal Krizo is changing very fast as he approaches 6 weeks out mark from Emperor Classic Spain. So he is gonna be entering this show as the defending champion, and based on his track record since he won his pro card, and he has been to the Olympia stage twice already, it is really hard to bet against him, because he is always in a very solid conditioning. And structurally speaking, he is gonna be the biggest guy at that Emperor Classic Spain stage. He's bigger than Behrouz Tabani, he's bigger than William Bonac, and these two are most probably gonna be his biggest rivals at this show. The only criticism that Michal gets every time he steps on stage is that he doesn't have that width from the back, although he is so huge from the front, especially when he opens up for shots like the front double biceps. So can he improve on that weak body part? Well, ideally speaking, he should be able to. The guy is still in his early 30s, and he has no apparent injuries, and he trains very hard, so time is on his side. And we have seen it in the past as well, that he takes the feedback from the judges very seriously. So Krizo is one of the most dedicated bodybuilders of the current times. He cheats on his diet when his coach asks him. Otherwise he eats very clean even throughout the off-season, even during the recovery phase. He was criticized a lot on the lack of his posing and presentation skills when he made his pro debut at Pro 2022. But he has done such a splendid job at improving in that aspect. He was criticized for not having good enough conditioning, and we have seen that he has almost perfected that. So this will be the first time Krizo will go toe-to-toe with guys like Bonac and Behrouz. So the outcome of Spain will determine the fate of William Bonac as well. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.